Welcome to X to Interact.
Hello, everybody. Welcome to episode 52 of X to Interact. My name is Sam. I'm here with Gaff and Eric. Steven couldn't be here. He's dealing with a migraine. So we'll hope to have him back next week. If you're watching, go to podpage.com/X to Interact. It's got all the social links. It's got all the links to everything you'll need to know about us on there. So go there for all your X to Interact needs. We have new short form content out on the YouTube channel. Go check that out. I talk about my video games. It's important shit. But let's get on with the episode. This week we're going to be talking a lot because some shit just went down this morning. And
yeah.
I know I'm excited. I don't think Gaff gives a fuck, but
No, but I'm happy for you.
But let's, as always, start with our crossplay. What have y'all been playing this week? What have y'all been doing this week? Let's start with Sonic himself, Eric.
Hey, yo, speaking of Sonic, yesterday I went to see the Sonic 2 movie, and let me tell you, that's a good-ass fucking movie, man. Can't believe fucking 2 for 2 they are right now. Especially, like, seeing, like, back at the first trailer they had, where with that horrible design for Sonic.
That demon? Yeah.
Yeah, the demon. If you saw that trailer, and you thought the movie was going to be good back then, someone probably would tell you you're out of your mind. But, like, now, they're fucking, like I said, 2 for 2. Fucking Jim Carrey still nails it as Dr. Eggman, like his own spin on it. Fucking Idris Elba, let me tell you, knocks it out of the park as Knuckles. And that like kind of surprised me a bit. Like, I know Idris Elba's a good actor. I just didn't know like how his Knuckles will like fit in. And let me tell you, it fucking fits. It's fucking great. And it's funny.
What about Tails?
Tails is great too. Yeah, they got the original voice actor for her from the games, and it works perfectly. Like, I can't imagine like anyone else playing Tails, to be honest.
Fun fact: Tails is a top 5 video game fox, according to me.
Whoa, spoilers, man.
I agree with that.
Yeah, it's a good movie. I would give it like maybe like an 8.5 out of 10 if I was to rank it. Cause, like,
high.
There's like a little like weird like side story they do, like, but it gets like resolved quickly, and it like kind of doesn't really add anything to the movie. So there's that, but it's still fun. I can't wait to see like what they got next. I know there's like a rumored I don't know if it's rumored or not, like a Knuckles spin-off or something like that going on.
A spin-off?
I think that's what was reported, yeah. And if Idris Elba is still being Knuckles in that, I want to watch that. That's gonna be great.
Eric, tell me, how is James Marsden in this movie? Because I love that guy. He's leading man material, but he doesn't get enough work as one.
So, I mean, I'm not into the movie for like the human side of this stuff. It's all about the Sonic and the crew. So, thankfully, there is like less of like the human aspect of it, and so I guess he was okay. I mean, like it wasn't really what I was there for, to be honest. I think there definitely was more of him and Sonic in the first movie, but I definitely think this is like more of a Sonic movie that you would normally expect than the first one. The first one was kind of, I felt like it was like kind of an origin story with both Sonic and Robotnik. This one is like more focused on, like I said, Sonic and Tails and Knuckles and Robotnik and stuff like that. So I kind of liked them more, that it was like more focused on them. I know that, like, there was a review out there for some reason that was like complaining that there was less human stuff, and I'm like, why do you want more of the human story? This is like all about Sonic, man. That's what the movie's for. So there's that. Don't want to spoil too much about it because, it just came out too. But, like, if you do go see it, stay until, like, the mid-credits scene, because nowadays, you have to really do that for most movies, because, like, mid-credits scenes, like, kind of tease what's coming next. So there's that. Go ahead and see that. For what I've been playing, really not much, to be honest. I did pick up the Chrono Cross remaster on Switch. I've only played, like, an hour, maybe, like, 2 hours of it and stuff like that, and I need to play more of it to see how I am about it. The battle system is like a little, it's something that I'm not used to, really, because like there's like no turn. from what I can see, like the way to turn order is like weird. I don't know how you like figure out who goes next, because like your characters have a stamina like bar, and like each you have like when you go to attack, you have numbers 1, 2, and 3, and it's like that's like 1 is light attacks, 2 is medium attacks, 3 is heavy attacks, and whenever you use like one of them, like 1 uses 1 stamina, 2 uses 2 stamina, 3 uses 3 stamina, stuff like that. So that's kind of simple. But like sometimes the enemies can attack midway through a combo, and like it doesn't really tell you like when that's gonna happen. And so I'm trying to figure out like what's the turn order. So it's a little weird. I need to play more of it, but it definitely does feel like a PS1 RPG. Doesn't really tell you a whole bunch of stuff like what's like the battle system. Like it just throws you in there and stuff like that. Um, I know there's like a lot of talk about the performance, and yeah, it's not. I at first I was like reading through the reviews like about the performance. I'm like, oh, it can't be that bad. Like it's obviously a PS1 game, but it can't be that bad. And I'm playing it. I'm like, yeah, this is pretty not great, to be honest. Like it does chug a lot too for
Oh
being a
my
PS1
God.
remaster. I'm like,
Jeez.
it's not bad, but you definitely notice it, and it's like
Yeah.
it's not great.
I think I forgot to mention last week when I was talking about Kirby. That game fucking chugs on the Switch. Like oh man,
And
it felt like my Switch was gonna explode at some time.
apparently
Moments.
this is like not even a Switch problem either. Apparently this like happens on Xbox
Oh
and
really?
PS5. Yeah. Apparently it
Oh.
has something to do with the emulator they use, where they try to emulate like the PS1, but like
Mm.
it causes like not great performance, and I'm just like, damn, that fucking sucks. Because I thought like the day one patch would have fixed it, and like I guess it's better than when the reviews happen, but it's still not great, to be honest. Like I saw like I didn't see the whole Digital Foundry like video, but like I saw a screenshot of it, and there was like a screenshot of like the Switch version doing like 9 FPS at some points, and I'm like, damn, that's really that bad, huh?
9
And it's like
FPS.
at this point, it's not even the Switch's fault, because this is a PS1 game, man. It's like the fucking emulator they're using. Like,
The PS1 was too ahead of its time.
nah. So I'm just like it's like looking at Square like, damn, you guys gotta like clean up house over there. Like, you guys have some great stuff happening at sometimes, but the other times you guys are like putting out like not great shit. You gotta like
Yorbo.
you gotta fix it up over there, man.
Perfectly balanced. All right,
It's all
as all things should be.
Yeah, so that's what I've been playing, really. Just like not really much going on, because like video watchers, if you see, I'm in a new space. I've moved, so I mean, there's that. I don't think I ever officially mentioned it on the podcast, but yeah, I haven't been doing much lately, so there's that.
Yeah, busy time. Busy time.
Busy time.
Gaff, what about you? What have you been playing this week or watching?
Well, I've been watching the Halo TV show. If I've been watching, I mean, I watched the three episodes that are out this past weekend. It's fine. It is a fine show. And I'm saying this as a hardcore Halo fan. None of it is offensive as I was worried it was gonna be. There are many aspects of this show that they get very, very right. Honestly, it's surprising. And however, on the flip side, there are choices that this show makes that are really weird and not confusing, but unnecessary. Um, Master Chief. Obviously, it's not Steve Downes voicing him, and as the entire internet knows by now, he removes his helmet. What I didn't expect was that he's out of his armor a lot. Um, in fact, in the past 3 episodes, he wears his helmet for maybe 20% of the time, which I did not see coming at all. But I understand it's a TV show. You can't. Okay, well, Mandalorian did it, but I guess in order to make Chief a character that the audience can empathize with, I guess you gotta show his face, gotta let him emote, and you know what? I'm okay with that because in canon, the Spartans they take off the armor more than the games would make you think. So it's not out of the question that Chief would be doing this. Um, like the sound design of this show nails it. They take a lot of cues from the game. Um, and some of the dialogue and the bits of lore that they drop in this show, it clearly shows that someone on this team like gives a crap about the games and is a fan. Because there was that news piece where one of the writers said we didn't even look at the games.
That's
We didn't
never
even,
a good sign.
I know that, and then they quickly came out in a follow up piece saying, "No, that's not true. We didn't base our story off the games, but we definitely looked at the games," which sounds like some PR like recovery piece.
Yeah.
But that aside, like obviously someone cares because they had this cave is a natural formation line
Mm.
dropped in, which is like, you know what? Shout out to the scriptwriters. Um, the CG. I mean, yeah, this show simultaneously looks expensive and cheap. Um, as everyone has been saying, it's got that sci-fi channel vibe at times. Um, but I mean, like for example, the elites they look pretty good, and the profits are like stunningly good, especially for a TV budget. So it's crazy where they poured their resources into. The action, which is in the opening minutes of the very first episode, was I thought was good. But the show actually isn't as action heavy as you might think. They spent a lot of these past three episodes getting to know the characters, having a lot more quiet scenes and like building the world and the story. And you know what? That's actually a pretty good choice because people need to care. Um, what the games haven't done a humongously great job at is like, as Sam knows, like building good characters. So, you know what? If they're taking the time to do that for the show, then I can't fault them. Like Halsey, I think they nailed Halsey. She is this cold-hearted, um, not psychopath, but a very human first woman who will do whatever it takes in order to win this war. And damn, she is cold hearted. She got ice in her veins. Um, and Chief, they kind of make him like a RoboCop kind of character, who's like, he's realizing he's been a machine that's been made for killing, and he's starting to learn how to feel and interact again. And I think that's a good direction for him. Oh, and I gotta address, yes, he gets naked in episode 3. It's very surprising. Did not see that coming at all. This show is I forget that it's Paramount Plus because we got Master Cheeks in episode 3, and we got everything besides like full frontal
Oh
nudity
boy.
for that Covenant human lady in episode 2. So like, I guess they're going there. Um, So yeah, I'm optimistic about this show, and I will continue watching it. And I think I do like this show, and hopefully it doesn't go downhill from here.
Real quick question. I know you
Yeah.
mentioned like they had to like humanize Chief and like by and make him like remove his helmet to do all that stuff, but like what about Cortana? Like doesn't she isn't that like one of the purposes they for Chief? Like she's like more human, even though she's like an AI, but like she humanizes him more. No, why? How is she in the show? Basically, is what I'm trying to ask.
Well, thank you for reminding me. I completely forgot about Cortana. Cortana is also fine, which is really shocked me coming into this. Um, they kind of touch up on her color grading too once they're in the final product. She's a little bit more blue. Um, And in context of the plot of the show, Cortana's purpose makes sense. Um, I don't want to spoil much, but yeah, their relationship does not begin how they would like in the games or even in the books. It's sort of a different purpose that she's introduced, and I think it works. So right now, Chief and Cortana they're very standoffish with each other. Um, they're not fully buddy buddy yet. They're gonna have to learn and grow to work with each other. So she's not the humanizing companion to Chief just yet. Chief has to do some growth on his own first, which that is totally fine with me. Um, and in other Halo news, Halo 2 season 2, not Halo
Halo
Infinite
2.
season 2. No, Halo 2 was almost a decade ago. Halo Infinite season 2 got announced. A bunch of details. I won't go too in depth with them, but if they keep their promises, which I don't know, game devs rarely keep all their promises, but if they follow through with most of the stuff they said, then I think Halo Infinite will be in a vastly better shape than it was in season 1. We're getting new maps and a couple new game modes and new cosmetics, which I'm always down for. It's not as much content as I was hoping for, but I'll take whatever I can get. And maybe that's just the show and me talking. But I'm praying Halo Infinite gets better because it deserves so much better. And that's all for me.
All right. My turn.
You don't got to answer this. We know you're playing Star Wars.
Before I get to that game, there was also another game that came out this week that I was excited to play, and that is MLB The Show. Because baseball's back, baby, and I am pumped.
Let's play ball.
I went to opening day. That was pretty sick for the
Nice.
Tigers. We fucking won. It was amazing. Walk-off style. MLB The Show is the same fucking game last year. So, yep.
But
It's
hey,
almost like when it decided to be on all consoles, they were like, let's just give up and
You can stop
adding all
trying.
this shit. Yeah. It's
Hey,
like,
did you Game Pass it or did you play on
I have
PS5?
on Game Pass. I wasn't paying.
Okay. Good,
Fuck
good.
that. But yeah, it's nice that I don't have to pay for it. So, it is just sitting there on Game Pass. Have it on my Xbox. Yeah, it's just the same game. It's kind of disappointing. At the same time, what's there and has been great. So, it's still great. I just wish they'd add a feature or two.
net me a
Some
nice...
of the customization is like way too overboard. Like it's like the stadium creator is like really complicated. Like I made a stadium and it's pretty dope, if I do say so myself, but it's pretty complicated, way too complicated. But yeah, looking forward to keep playing that every now and then. Turn on a game or two. I also tried Weird West for a very, very short period of time. I had it on my Xbox. I am enjoying it so far. I literally played less than an hour of it, so it's not much here yet. But I'm gonna move to PC. I downloaded on my PC because the aiming is not good with the controller. So I'm gonna play a mouse and keyboard on my PC. I think I feel like the aiming will be better. With that. And then last night I played Divinity with my brother. We got back into that. Fucking kicked ass last night. We were in kick. Oh my god, it was amazing. We were just obliterating people. But let's move on to Lego Star Wars.
Skywalker Saga.
The Skywalker Saga. Now, what I'm about to say may shock you, but this game is pretty damn good.
No way. Totally unexpected.
But how good is it?
So obviously I had really high expectations for this game. And you know, this game was kind of sold as being the definitive Lego Star Wars experience. I do not think it is the definitive Lego Star Wars experience. To be that, I think it has to be better than what's come before, like in every way. And it is better in a lot of ways, but it's also like one step forward, two steps back, or maybe not one step. It's probably like one step forward, one step back. So you're like staying at the same place, but like
Where's the
combat
frustration?
wise, it's great. Like it just feels great to play. But like, and I can't wait to get into like free play to just kind of go around the hub areas and start collecting everything. But the levels are pretty disappointing. Like the levels themselves at times are pretty disappointing. Like the pod racing's pretty sick. There's a level where you're like in the water. So I started with episode 1. I've played through the prequels so far. So I haven't gotten to the good movies. But there's like the underwater level on your way out of Gungan City. Is one of the mini levels, which are the levels in this game. And it's just really short. Like the levels, like I understand, obviously there's 9 games, so they can't just all be like super long levels. But man, it's really short. And like a lot of the levels, there really doesn't seem to be much to them. The lightsaber duels are fucking sick. They can get really just like hack and slashy, but like from a visual standpoint, they're fucking dope. And they still feel, even though they are kind of like just hack and slash button smashing, they still feel great. I think the like level design for the hubs is pretty cool, I think, because like there's been multiple times where I've collected a Kyber brick or whatever, which are like the gold bricks in the old Lego games. And there's been multiple times where I've collected one of those, and then like a little bit later I realize, oh, I probably could have done this to get it. Like that's not with everyone. It's like everyone, there's specific things that you have to do, but I think there are like there are certain Kyber bricks where you can do different things to collect them, which is cool. That's what you want out of a hub world. You want to be able to like experiment and all that, which you can. But yeah, it's I wouldn't call it the definitive Lego Star Wars experience because I think the level design, like the actual levels, not just the hub areas, the actual levels in the original Lego Star Wars games are better. Not the vehicle levels. The vehicle levels are definitely better in this game because the vehicle levels are fucking awful in the original Lego Star Wars just because they've aged terribly. They control terribly. The camera is way better in this game because it's not like super zoomed out. It's like over the shoulder almost. A lot more closer in. So you have a lot more depth perception, which is pretty nice. So that was always a problem in those Lego games. You couldn't really fucking see like where you were depth wise. But yeah, I'm having a lot of fun with it. I am having a lot of fun with it. Just not as grand and amazing as I thought I would be, but I am gonna 100% it for sure. Like it's still fun as hell to play. So, and I haven't gotten to my favorite of the trilogy. So, looking forward to that. Maybe the levels will get better. They did get better because like there's still some really cool levels. Like the droid factory level is really cool. As I said, the pod racing is really cool. It's like first person. It's pretty sick. And you can lose.
Really? Huh?
Oh,
I found
there's
that out.
stakes.
I found that out when I was like I was just I went back and I was like trying to harvest coins to get one of the stud multipliers, and I played that level and I was like trying to get all the mini kits as well. And getting the mini kits slowed me down to where I didn't fucking win, and I was like, God damn it, because you have to win as well. Like you can't, if you lose, you have to retry. You can't. It doesn't count for the collectibles. But I was able to do it. But yeah, there's it's just like a mixture of like fucking awesome and then just kind of like, wow, really? Like damn. And like they skip over the space battle at the beginning of the first one or of the third episode. Not the first one, the third episode. You're just on General Grievous's ship to start. Like it just kind of you don't get to
that's a shame.
play as the vehicle, which is really disappointing because it's like the only vehicle level I liked in the original Lego Star Wars. So yeah, they kind of just skip over that. So it's like, yeah, it's one of those things where like people, could complain about the old Lego games skipping over shit, but this like skips over like just as much shit. It just skips over different shit. So, which I mean, there is a lot to do. I think part of the problem might be that they're limiting themselves to 5 levels per episode when it's like these movies are all different lengths and all have different like different amount of like cool moments to play through. I feel like they could have I feel like episode 3 in particular needed more than 5 levels. And I feel like the sequel trilogy is going to need more than 5 levels because those movies are just long. And so I think it would have benefited them if they would have been like, all right, we're gonna have 5 levels for this movie, but maybe we're gonna have 6 for this other movie. They didn't really. I don't think they really needed to like stick to the 5 per episode. But yeah, really, really enjoying it. I know it sounds like I'm like really negative on it, but I've been having a lot of fun. My voice isn't completely here, so that might also factor in. I screamed a lot at the baseball game.
Have you played any of it in co-op?
I have not, because obviously it doesn't have online, so I don't have anyone to play with here. From what I've heard, the co-op is not good. Like, and I can imagine because there's moments in this game where you're just like in the original Lego Star Wars, when it was the battle between Obi-Wan and Anakin. Each player played as one of them, so you fought each other. You end up fighting each other. In this game, I don't think that's the case, and if it is, they didn't really it's not the case. It's definitely not the case because you have R2-D2 and C-3PO with you. So if it was the case, then they just wouldn't include those characters. But you have R2-D2 and C-3PO with you, and you're playing as Obi-Wan. And then every few every now and then you have to like do like a 2-second task as one of the droids, and it's like, wow, this would really suck if you got stuck playing as one of the droids for this level instead of Obi-Wan. And I've heard people say that the co-op's like that, where it's just like you get stuck at doing like the most menial tasks possible, if you're not like the main character of the level.
That sucks.
And I've heard the split screen is not great, which makes sense because the way the camera is like zoomed in, it seems like the split screen would really take away your like how much you can actually see on the screen. But yeah, no co-op. But yeah, I'm still looking forward to 100%ing it. It is just very fun to play.
You got the Steelbook, right? So does that include all the DLC, like Rogue One?
So yeah, I got the deluxe. So I actually have the sheet right next to me, the character collection pack or whatever. I haven't put in the code yet, so I need to do that.
Don't show that on stream.
Yeah, hopefully no one can see the code. It's on the back. It's not on the side.
Okay.
Hopefully no one has X-ray vision. But also, so yes, I got this Steelbook from Best Buy, and it's fucking sick. But what might be even better, and I think I sent a video of this in the Discord chat. And I know I sent one to my brother. I can't remember if I sent one in the Discord or not. But there's this so it came in this box, case, and there's a sleeve. Oh, there we go. And look at that.
Hey, nice.
Look at that. Darth Vader. It's fucking cool. Dope. So yeah, the case work on this game is fantastic. Yeah, I think the real like fun and really, really like when I'm gonna have my most fun is when I get to free play. And I'm just running around collecting everything. I love collecting things. Oh, I do want to say the writing in this game, obviously top notch. Like, it's fucking hilarious. If you like the Lego humor, like, it's here. And there's so many like details with the dialogue. Like, you'll be playing as just a random like character, and they'll have something to say. Like they'll say shit. Like they will talk. So like that helps diversify the fucking hundreds of characters that are in this game.
Do they
Yeah, there's
keep
an
any of the
incredible
same
amount of
jokes
detail.
from the original, or is it all new stuff?
Let's see.
Would have to be new stuff, no? Like,
I'm sure they keep some of the jokes. I mean, they're so at the beginning of I know this, but at the beginning of Lego Star Wars, the original, so the prequel version, it's a prequel game. There's the room that Obi-Wan and Qui-Gon start in. You like use the Force on the chairs, and it does like the music doot 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 on the chairs, and you do that in this game. So
All right, that's cool.
there is that. That made me laugh. And there's like pop culture references. Fucking, if you're playing as Qui-Gon Jinn, he'll say, "I have a particular set of skills." There's shit like that. But yeah. The details and like writing in this game are top notch, and you can definitely tell that there was fucking crunch on this game, which is very sad. But yeah.
Wait, yeah, that was something I forgot to mention in the
Having a
Sonic
blast.
movie. They also like do a lot of pop culture references too in that
Mm.
movie. It's so funny.
Yeah.
Like a small. I don't know. This is not a small spoiler. The guy who voices Sonic is a character in Parks and Recs, and Sonic in the movie does a fucking John Ralphio reference. And it's fucking great.
Hey, nice.
He's like, "It's the worst." I'm like, I know. I'm like, yes.
John Ralphio. God, I love that. I love that fucking show.
Uh,
But I think the funniest thing I've seen so far, stupid. In one of the hub areas, I was doing one of like the little side quests, and I was helping this Gungan, like he was sick, and it said in the dialogue box his name was Sick Gungan, and so that I helped him. And then after the quest, I went to talk to him, and it said in the dialogue box, it said no longer Sick Gungan. It's just like, it's so fucking stupid, but it's so fucking funny. Like, it's so silly. So yeah, that kind of stuff, like they continue to nail that, and that's what I really need. Like, yeah, I can be disappointed with the level design of the actual levels, but like everything else is pretty much there. So yeah, looking forward to finishing it. But that's enough out of me. That's enough for crossplay.
Real quick.
Let's move on. What?
There was I think I sent it to you guys earlier, like in the week on the Discord. But I love how they have a fucking Shulk reference in that game because they got Adam Howden who voices Shulk in the game. I guess he's like a little side quest NPC or something. Like you're throwing a party, and like after you throw the party, he's like, "Oh yeah, I'm really feeling it." I'm like, "You guys know what you're." And then there was like a comment from the developer or whatever that they said like, "Oh yeah, we definitely did that intentionally." I'm like, "You guys,
That's awesome.
That's great. That's awesome."
I can't wait. I haven't done that one yet. Yeah, there's been a few voices I recognize that I think I've recognized. Like, I'm pretty sure Dr. Chakwas was in there.
Oh, that's
from
pretty cool.
Mass Effect.
Yeah, I know
pretty sure I recognize her voice.
That the guys who voice Anakin and I believe Obi-Wan, they're like the Clone Wars voice actors too, which is pretty cool.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Let me tell you, the young Anakin voice is horrible. Like, I don't know if they were like meant to do it like so over the top and like over the top annoying, but like it is bad. Like, it is so obnoxious. And I'm glad young Annie's only in one episode. Thank God for that. But yeah, let's move on to the main topic. And before we actually move on to, we were going to talk about the most anticipated games for this year. And before we move on to like the most anticipated games for this year, let's talk about something that happened this morning for a very highly anticipated game. And that is Kingdom Hearts 4. Eric,
yeah, so
I
real
want
quick,
you to talk about Kingdom Hearts 4.
I'm so excited.
you said highly anticipated, but like I don't know if anyone was expecting Kingdom Hearts 4 this soon, to be honest.
Well, no, but like people are excited for it, you know?
Yeah. So it's the 20th anniversary and stuff, and like they were like hyping up this event that was gonna happen on April 10th, which is today. It was like a Japanese exclusive stream that they had for a while, but then they put out like a video, detailing all this stuff. So earlier in the morning, they put out like a 20th anniversary artwork, and it showed like all the characters and stuff. and like there was like these 4 slots, and then each 4 had like Sora from like different games. So the first one had Sora in Kingdom Hearts 1, the other one had him in Kingdom Hearts 2, another one in Kingdom Hearts 3. Then they had a 4th one which was like covered up with like the 20th anniversary like logo or whatever, and like each portrait Sora was holding up with a finger in accordance to the game. So Kingdom Hearts 1 was Sora was holding up 1, 2 was holding up 2, and then 3 was 3.
That's very Borderlands of them.
So they were like really teasing that early in the morning, and so they put out the trailer stuff. I woke up at like, for some reason I woke up at 6 o'clock this morning, like out of nowhere, and then I looked on I looked on Twitter, and I remember like, oh shit, the Kingdom Hearts stuff is happening. So people were saying like, oh yeah, 1 more hour. So I went back to sleep, put an alarm for 7, woke up, saw like the entire video, and so they had like Kingdom Hearts Dark Road, the final update for the mobile game. That's all Xehanort's like origin story or whatever. There's that.
I liked the art style. I don't think I've ever seen the trailers for anything for that, so that's pretty. I liked that.
Yeah, they used the same art style for the other mobile game, Union Cross. They finished the story up for that now. And let me tell you, that's gonna be pretty important. So, you're gonna have to probably watch cutscenes for that or something. They announced a new mobile game which looked like a. It looked like 3D-ish and stuff. I have to like go back and rewatch it. I didn't really like.
Yeah, it was like
until like the end, but like, it was like
at one point it almost looked like it was almost top down.
Yeah, it was like more 3D-ish.
Know.
Like these other mobile games were 2D and stuff like that. This was more 3D. For some reason, I thought it was like a Pokemon Go kind of game at first because they were like walking around buildings and stuff, and I was like, I thought it was like moving. And like it was in landscape or portrait mode. So I was like, is this like gonna be like Pokemon Go or something? I don't think it's gonna be that case, but it looks like it's taking place after the Union Cross kind of stuff, where like it's taking place in Scala at Kylum, which is like the final area of Kingdom Hearts 3, like when it was all like full of Keyblade wielders. Gaff is probably like, what the fuck are these guys talking about right now?
Dude, I'm like, what the fuck are you talking about?
Listen, man.
I need to play this like spin-offs. Like I need to.
Yeah, those are important. But yeah, it's all taking place in that. And then after that, they showed the fucking Kingdom Hearts 3, which fucking has Sora in a fucking dope ass, or not Kingdom Hearts 3, Kingdom Hearts 4, with Sora in a dope ass new outfit with normal size feet. We finally got our answer for years. He's like in. They call it the Quadratum, but it basically looks like modern day Tokyo, and just like with like literally like fucking cars and like normal people like using cell phones and shit, and it's like a really big tonal shift. Like it looks like it's like I don't know how to explain. It's like it's really different, and then he wakes up, and like he opens the door with a girl there, and that girl is from the mobile games. We haven't seen her till now, and she was, I guess, spoiler alert for a fucking mobile game, but it's like really important. She was murdered. She was murdered. Like, and like I'm like looking here, like why is she in there? And like not just murdered, like she was murdered like 500 years ago. Like the mobile games take place in the ancient past of the Kingdom Hearts like franchise and shit, and like there's like a lot of shit going on. She's there.
It's the afterlife.
That's basically what she says. Yeah, she like they put out like a trailer with subtitles, and she's like, "Oh yeah, this is like a normal world for other people, but for you and me, it's basically the afterlife."
Yeah,
and it's interesting like that. It shows like a little bit of Sora like fighting like what looks like a dark side Heartless.
Yeah,
and from I didn't notice this at first, but people are saying like this trailer looks shot for shot again like the Final Fantasy Versus 13 trailer, and Nomura cannot let that game go. And so I'm like interested to see like what the fuck he has plans for this. They show all that stuff in Quadratum. They show like a few shots like a foresty area, and like at the end of the trailer they show Donald and Goofy in like a dark area. They're basically like looking for a person, and it's basically hinted at that they find Hades, you know, like the Disney Hades, and I guess they're trying to look for his help to look for Sora, since Sora's technically dead or whatever. I don't know. So there's all that. They put out some details afterwards. They said the game is right now in Unreal 4. They're going to move it to Unreal 5. No announcement of platforms just yet, but I kind of feel like it's probably going to be next gen only. This game's probably not going to be happening for like a year or two, probably. I think.
Bro, will it even make this gen? Who knows?
I kind of think they will, to be honest, since they started with Unreal 4. This game it's still in early development, honestly, but Kingdom Hearts 3, the reason that took so long is because they started off with the Luminous engine, which was the engine they used for Final Fantasy 15. And let me tell you, that engine is not great. Not great, not really that great. They're using it
No,
for
it's not.
Forspoken too, but everything I look from Forspoken doesn't really seem great in my opinion.
Yeah.
Yeah, so they're doing Unreal 4, moving to Unreal 5. I don't think it. I think the Nvidia leak said, which was this game was on the Nvidia leak. It said it was gonna come out like next year. I mean, I guess I can see it next year. I would say like 2024 maybe. I don't know. Honestly, I was expecting like a spin-off game this year, so who knows how this is gonna turn out. But I'm excited. Just looking at the art style, I can like totally see Star Wars and Marvel like fitting in with that art style.
Yeah.
And before we went live, I saw a screenshot on Twitter where in the forest area, someone took like a screenshot of something in the background that was like really hard to see, but like they showed another photo, and it's possibly the foot of an AT-AT. And I'm not getting my hopes up, but like that forest could probably be on Endor, and I don't know.
Bruh.
I don't know.
You're tripping.
If
You're tripping.
Sora gets to wield a lightsaber keyblade, the discussion for best gaming weapon is over. All right? If
All I'm
that
saying.
fucking happens, it's over.
I'm not getting hyped up. Like, this is obviously early development.
Oh,
but,
I
like,
am. No.
I gotta send you that Twitter link later on, and like you can be like, huh, maybe. But yeah, Kingdom Hearts 4 20th anniversary, fucking great. I wish another franchise took notes because like that other franchise has been given some hasn't been a great anniversary for us Westerners so far. That's for sure.
I believe this year is Sly Cooper's 20th anniversary, so maybe they
Well,
should take notes as well.
Well, maybe that, but I was referencing Persona. That's for sure because they've been.
Yeah, I got you.
They've been that anniversary hasn't been great for Westerners. That's for sure. But yeah, Kingdom Hearts 4. I'm still on Nomura's wild ride. I'm like. I've been like ingesting like all the fucking side games and shit. I'm like, holy shit, how the fuck does this connect to this? So there's all that stuff.
Yeah, I'm excited. I need to play through some of the spin-offs, but yeah, I will be there for Kingdom Hearts 4 for sure.
Yeah, the collections mainly keep it all in one package. Besides like all the new mobile games and stuff. Honestly, I would just like look up a explanation
Synopsis of
story.
the-
Yeah, basically,
yeah.
yeah. Because the mobile game,
That's what I'm going to do for Chains of Memories because I'm not playing that game.
the mobile games, well, they have like a pretty cool story, but like it's like it was spread out over years because like that's how mobile games worked, and then
Yeah.
it was like a lot of Disney filler. I kind of feel like the Disney stuff didn't really add much. It's like all the original stuff where it more mattered, and so there's all that stuff there. Yeah, interested to see what this new mobile game's about. It's a whole new. Oh yeah, I forgot to mention it's like a whole new arc. They call it the Lost Masters arc. So
Yeah.
yeah, it's all that stuff. But yeah, Kingdom Hearts 4. Can't wait for that because I'm the fucking biggest fanboy of that fucking series.
Well, Kingdom Hearts 4 is so far away. Let's move on to games that are hopefully coming this year. Maybe we'll see. We're going to talk about some of our most anticipated games of the year. Let me go. No, let me not go because Game Informer has like all of the games, and we don't need to talk about all of the games.
No, yeah. Since like we're already past the first quarter, so we can like just go from
Yeah.
April onwards, basically.
Yeah, and we never did a most anticipated game of the year like episode. So that's what we're doing now. Now that we're a quarter into the year, some great games have come out. I think obviously Elden Ring would have been one of the ones that would have been talked about if we did an episode at the beginning of the year. But let's talk about the future. And obviously, I think the two big ones there's Xbox and Sony or PlayStation. I think we have Starfield, and then we have God of War. And those are the two big ones that we think are coming out this year. I'm excited for both of them. I think if my excitement level, I think would have to go towards Starfield because I know God of War is going to be good. So like Starfield is one of those unknowns where it's like I really hope it's good. I hope it's a return to form for Bethesda Game Studios, because they're one of my favorite developers, and they have not been great the past while.
Yeah, I feel the same way you do is about God of War. Because like at this point, I just kind of feel like, yeah, it's God of War Ragnarok. We know it's gonna be good, but it's gonna be more God of War. We know what we're getting into. It's kind of like how Horizon, like we knew it was like gonna be more Horizon and stuff like that. But like Starfield, we still don't know really much about it. Like,
Anything.
yeah, basically. But they didn't put
We've
out
seen
like a few.
concept art.
Yeah, exactly. We don't know anything about it.
We've seen a lot of concept art, and that means next to nothing. So
Yeah.
yeah, there's just so many unknowns about it. So it's like it's hard to get like super excited, but like I feel like there's a lot of anticipation for it and like to learn more about it.
Yeah. Like the unknown feels more exciting than the known
Yeah.
sometimes.
Exactly. Because yeah, like I said, I know God of War is gonna be great. Like maybe it won't be a 10 out of 10, but it's at least gonna be a 9 out of 10. You know,
And
like it's at least gonna be
Starfield,
that.
it could just be Skyrim in space, or it could be something that's mind-blowingly different, right? There are a lot of stakes on Starfield.
So what are your, other than that, do you guys have any games that you're really excited for?
Besides Starfield, mine would go to Hogwarts Legacy
Yeah.
in September, I think.
Yeah.
I don't think we talked about it, but when they did that like state of play, just for Hogwarts, and I think everything they showed in that gameplay was like super dope. This
Mhm.
game is like it somehow like met my expectations for how grand I wanted it to be, which is very rare. Um, and I love Harry Potter. Harry Potter. I love the universe. And I just want to be a kid that goes to school, taking my potions classes, and fighting dark wizards. Um, yeah, this game is it's about everything I could possibly want a Harry Potter game to be. Um, and controversies aside, like uh, that I think this game is gonna be. I think it's gonna be special.
Yeah, I'm very much looking forward to Hogwarts Legacy. I've always wanted a Harry Potter game. I think the best Harry Potter game right now is fucking Lego Harry Potter.
Of course, yeah.
Which honestly can probably be said for quite a few franchises. So,
Unfortunately,
yeah, Harry Potter isn't alone in that. But yeah, that trailer wowed me. It's so much like grander than I thought it was gonna be. The scale is much bigger than I thought. So yeah, very much looking forward to that. Eric, what about you?
The obvious one for me from Nintendo obviously is Xenoblade Chronicles 3. Like, they announced that shit at the fucking direct and I popped the fuck off. As you can tell, like it's like one of our most viewed videos on our YouTube channel for some
Yeah.
reason. I don't know why. I guess the algorithm just picked it up.
People love it.
But yeah, I'm totally excited for that. Like it looked like we talked about it before. It looks like the merging of worlds of 1 and 2, and I'm interested to see like what that means for the world and what that means for the characters. So there's that. Man, just looking through the list though, like on GameInformer.com, like
A lot of games.
we don't. Yeah, a lot of games, but a lot of them don't have dates either.
Yep. A lot of games, no dates. Yep.
So like, I don't know like if we're gonna be getting some of the games here. Like another one for me, obviously, we're supposed to be getting news soon, but Final Fantasy 16, I'm still waiting for more news updates on that. It's from the team that did like Final Fantasy 14 business. I forgot exactly, but it's like Creative Business Unit 3 is what they're called, and like
Yeah.
ever since they announced Final Fantasy 16, they've been putting their name in all the Final Fantasy 14 related stuff, and they never did that before. So like that's how they're like, yeah, we're the 14 team.
That game's not allowed to release within 6 months of Starfield. All right.
I don't know. I'm hoping it's this year, but like we haven't seen anything yet, and like
Yeah.
It could or could not be this year. I don't know. Forspoken being delayed, it kind of like has me worried about that, to be honest. So
Yeah.
I don't know. Maybe Square will release it next to each other. They've done weird shit like that before, but like I don't know. I need to see more.
Yeah. Yeah. But yeah, both of those games that you're talking about, Xenoblade, I obviously I need to play the second one. But yeah, I'm excited for that to see what they do. I mean, or the third. I absolutely love the first game. Best game I've played this year. So, yeah, really excited for that one. And that will be a conflict of interest when Starfield comes out, because it's gonna be hard to manage both of those.
As long as Xenoblade comes early September, you should be good.
Yeah, and the nice thing is I won't have to pay for Starfield, so I'll have the money to spend on just Xenoblade. And then also Final Fantasy. I the only Final Fantasy game I've ever beaten is Final Fantasy VII. I've always really dug the aesthetic, the different aesthetics for Final Fantasy games. I've always really wanted to get into one. I've played a little bit of 15. I've played some of the original 7. So yeah, looking forward to Final Fantasy 16, because I think that's the one that I'm gonna like really, really try to get into. And from what we've seen of it, we haven't seen much, but I mean that trailer was pretty fucking cool. That we saw. Was that last year?
I feel like,
or was it the year before?
I don't remember
the announcement trailer.
Let me look it up. Why do I feel like it was like 2 years ago at this
I
point?
feel like it was 2020.
Yeah.
It was before the PlayStation 5 came out.
I think you're right.
Yeah, because it was at the
Yeah, 2020.
PlayStation 5. Wasn't it
September-
at the PlayStation 5 reveal event?
It was like, I don't.
Was that one of those events?
That was like, yeah. But the YouTube link here says September 16th. I think that was like after the initial one.
Oh, that was the one where they.
That was where they
I don't
announced Hogwarts as well.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
I think I remember there being like 2 showcases, like one
Yeah,
actually
yeah,
showing
yeah,
the
there
actual
was.
PS5 and like another showing games. It was at the second
Yep.
one, I believe.
Yeah.
But yeah, that was 2020.
Yeah. Jeez. Oh my god. That's nuts.
And we were supposed to get news like last year, and then it got delayed.
Yeah. That's nuts. Yeah. Other than that, I mean, I'm obviously there's some Nintendo games, Switch Sports, Mario Strikers. I don't know if either of those
Switch
are like
sports. Yeah.
I don't know if either of those are day one for me. But like because I loved Wii Sports. I loved the original Mario Strikers. So both of those games are definitely going to be on my radar.
Hey, I'll also throw out Gotham Knights in October.
Yeah,
which
that's
Yeah.
hopefully it makes.
yeah, that's the other game I was going to mention. Gotham Knights coming in right in time for Batman season, right around Halloween. So looking forward to that. And it's like the day before my brother's birthday, so he'll probably get it, and then me and him can play.
There's
And it's gonna be awesome.
There's supposed to be an Avatar game coming out this year. I highly
And there's
doubt
gonna
that.
be there's
Oh,
there's
yeah.
supposed to be an Avatar game made by somebody, Ubisoft.
Ubisoft.
Yeah.
I
Okay.
think.
Which like you can shit on their open world games, but
God, I'm looking through this list. Diablo Immortal's still not out. That game got
Yeah.
announced years ago.
nope. Yeah, it's not out yet. Neither is Diablo 4.
Yeah.
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 Oh,
Obviously, you mentioned
Redfall?
what's
Oh.
that?
I was gonna say Redfall,
Yeah, I
Mhm.
wonder. Yeah,
which is supposedly also gonna be this year,
yeah. I wonder if
right?
are they gonna release that like right on top of Starfield though?
They
like,
said that was supposed to be
no
summer.
way.
I don't believe
Although-
that. We
well-
haven't seen anything about it ever since the E3 last year. So
Although I guess Xbox released fucking got Halo and Horizon within like a month of each other, so whatever. They can do whatever they want.
yeah.
especially because those games are going to Game Pass, so they'll be there for people to play.
Sonic Frontiers, I'm still interested in. I need to see like what the fuck it's actually gonna be because we like got that. We got like that small teaser at the Game Awards, but it didn't really show gameplay. So I'm just like, okay, well, what's different about this one?
Yeah,
Force.
Splatoon.
And
I want to get into Sonic, Eric.
Play. I told
He's always
you in
cool.
the Discord. 2D play
Yeah.
Mania. 3D play
Okay.
Generations.
Okay. I'll look into it.
Yeah, Generations goes on sale a lot.
Mm,
So there's that.
good to hear.
Splatoon
you
3.
said?
Yeah.
Oh, that's right. Does that have a
Splatoon's al-
date?
No. date.
No.
Okay.
But I think they also said summer for that. I feel like that's like a late
They've shown a
June,
lot
July
of it.
game.
I feel like it's ready. Like now.
Yeah.
Feel like it's ready.
Yeah. Splatoon's always a fun time. I'm ready for it.
Yeah, I don't know.
Pokemon Violet and what was the other one? Scarlet?
I gotta see
Eric?
about that. Yeah, Scarlet and Violet. I don't know about that, man. Like, I like Legends Arceus, and I just seeing them go back to a kind of traditional Pokemon game, even though it is gonna be open world. That they said, I gotta see how it is.
Yeah, you're
But-
seeing Pokemon in the overworld, right?
We've
They're
been seeing
keeping
that for a
some-
while now, though. Is the only thing. I
Not-
gotta see how
Not
it
in
is.
the way that Arceus has done. Sure, they can walk behind you, but
No,
it
they've
looks
been
like...
they've been like that ever since Let's Go Pikachu and Eevee. Like you can actually see them in the open world. Like
true.
you have to go touch them to initiate the battle. But like I know what you're talking about. In Arceus, you can just catch them and immediately be done.
Yeah.
It seems like here that you have to like go either go to them to battle and catch them again, which I kind of feel like, why make me go through that entire thing just to catch a Pokemon? If I can catch it in the overworld, let me catch it. If I have to battle it, I'll battle it. But like, why couldn't we just have it be the Arceus way? But yeah, I'm interested to see how it's gonna be. Like, they say it's gonna be open world, but like, how is it gonna handle if I like, say I just started off the game and I want to go to gym number 8 immediately? How the fuck are you gonna? How are you gonna let me? How are you gonna handle that?
Then the gym leader just dunks on you because you're not ready for it.
True, but like, I want to see if, like, it lets you do I want to see if it lets you do that though. You know what I mean? Like, I want to see if like they let you go into the gym and you can actually challenge it, or if they're like, oh, come back later when you have all 7 badges, the other 7 badges. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Man, they refuse to let that game get off.
They refused. Like, this would have been the year to do it. Honestly, like I thought like this would have been a nice year to do it, and they didn't.
Oh my goodness.
We're gonna have 3 mainline Pokemon games within a year, and it's ridiculous.
Pokemon. Gotta catch them all.
And they refuse to put more money into
That's
the
right.
games too.
That's right.
Yep.
The last game I wanted to mention was Plague Tale Requiem.
Which is not an Xbox exclusive, I learned a while ago.
No.
Shoot.
I played the first one on my PlayStation. Yeah, looking forward to that. I wasn't in love with the ending of Innocence, but still very interested in the direction they're gonna take the sequel. I think I think 90% at least of the sequel, like the gameplay of the first one, of the first part of the first one, not the end of the first one. So, and I hope they take. I hope they are aware that the ending of the first one, like gameplay wise, wasn't the best. I guess I don't really know how that was critically received, like the ending, how that was critically received. But yeah, hopefully they kind of commit to this gameplay style for all of it, and instead of caving like an MCU movie at the end in the third act. Yeah, any last games you guys are looking forward to that you can think of that are supposed to come out this year?
Mobile game Final Fantasy VII Ever Crisis. It's basically like the compilation being mobilized. I want to see how it is, just because a lot of those games never got re-releases. Like Crisis Core is stuck on the PSP. Before Crisis was like a Japanese only mobile game that's going to be on there. Dirge Cerberus is like a weird fucking PS2 shooter, and I'm like, what the fuck? Okay, and all these games are gonna be like maybe made into like a fucking turn-based game from into here. So I'm like really interested to see how it's gonna work out. I expect some fucking mobile game gotcha bullshit, but I just want to see how this is all gonna work out.
I'll give one last honorable mention to Digimon Survive, which is a game that I feel like
Never
has been
come
trying
out.
to come out for years. It's like 80% visual novel, 20% like, like Pokemon, like battling gameplay. You know what I mean? God, what is wrong with that game? I just want it to come out. That's it.
I do want to mention, I hope the game's probably not going to come out this year, but everybody keep your fingers crossed that Hollow Knight Silksong comes out this year, so I can absolutely clown these
Awesome.
fools in Fantasy Critic.
Never gonna happen.
If
'Cause
if
I
it comes
took the
out, then you
one-
deserve the win. Okay.
I took the $1 risk and bid and got it. So there's that.
Uh,
But yeah, thank you for listening to episode 52 of X to Interact. On our way from episode 50 to 100. Hopefully we'll get there and have another little celebration.
We are 4% of the way there.
Yeah. But yeah, thanks for listening. This has been episode 52 of X to Interact. If you are listening on and you want to watch us, you want to see our beautiful faces, we're over there on the YouTube. X to Interact is the channel. And to make everything easy, we do have our website, podpage.com/X to Interact, and it's got all the links there. You can go there for all your X to Interact needs. But yeah, thanks for listening. This has been Sam. I've been here with Gaff and Eric. Hopefully Steven will be back with us next week. Until then, see ya.